So with Anto Breslin to chat about Friday's game against Shells, the European draw, and his record of being the only outfield player to play every minute across the LOI Premier Division this season. Anto, firstly, you've been back for a few days since the break. How have the lads been?
Yeah, no, we had a nice break. Had 2 tough days. Today we started tapering down, starting to walk towards Friday, yeah.
So you guys were back in on Sunday, so you had a week off and it was all systems go down, back Sunday, Monday and into match prep now for Shells?
Yeah, we had 2 tough days just to get the cobwebs out of the system after the break, but no, proper work on today was gearing up towards Friday, yeah.
How was the break, and was it something you felt that yourself personally, given the amount of minutes you've played and the team overall, kind of needed?
Yeah, it's nice to get a break, you know, it's nice to get away, shut off for a few days or whatever. People went home to their families. It's nice for other people that don't actually live with their families to go home and see them, you know, so it's nice to get a few days off, and obviously we were struggling for bodies as well, so it gives the lads that are injured a bit of time to come back, you know.
From your own point of view, I mentioned you're the only outfield player to have played every minute. That's 21 games, 90 minutes plus obviously the injury time in a lot of them, so how do you feel about that achievement?
Yeah, no, I'm happy enough with the way I've performed this season. I think coming to the end of last season I started to pick up a bit of form. I just carried it on this year, but no, listen, I'm really happy to be playing, and I'll play anywhere, even though if I was right back, left back, I'll play anywhere. Yeah,
you've had to be versatile as well, as you mentioned. You played a lot of the football at left back, but with the injuries that we've had at the back, you had a cameo at right back. I think in one of the games you might have played centre back a little bit as well, and given the number of injuries we've had at the back, you've been an ever-present there. I know Sam has played a lot of minutes and Dean Linus behind you, but a lot of the centre backs have changed, so that's been an interesting experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, listen, we've been unfortunate with injuries this year, and whatever, you know, we'll fill in anywhere for the team as long as we try and put in a good performance. We try and win as many games as we can this year. So as I said, we've just been unfortunate, just one area of the pitch where we've probably got 3 or 4 serious injuries that the lads have been out for a few weeks or even months with Toms, you know. But no, as I said, I'll fill in anywhere and I'll play anywhere for the team. How
do you have to live your life as a professional footballer to make sure your body is ready both physically and mentally for all the minutes that you've played, particularly the Monday Fridays, which we're heading into again this week?
Yeah, no, it's important the way you live your life, you know. I think it's not just me. I think a lot of lads here, they commit their lives to it, you know, and they try and do extras, stretch off. If you need to get a rub, you get a rub, and you just try and do everything you can to put yourself in the best position for a Friday, or if it is a Monday Friday, it's tough, you know. So you just have to, you manage your week as well, and the staff here are really good at that. They manage your week, so you're not tired going into a Friday or Monday. They know how to manage your body, and it's just experience as well, you know. I'm 26 now, I'm starting to learn what I need and what I don't need, and so it just comes with experience as well. And you got to look after your diet, what you're eating, what you're drinking, your sleep, your recovery away from here as well. Yeah, of course, it's massive. It's just as important as training, you know. Sleep as well, you need as much sleep as possible, you need to eat the right food. So now I think I've got into a good habit of sleeping, eating, and now I'm in a good routine at the minute, yeah. I know when we announced that you signed at the start of last season, you spoke about the excitement of what being a full-time footballer could do for you 18 months in. How much are you enjoying it, and what's it been like? Yeah, I'm loving it at the club here. It's a great group, in fairness. I've been lucky enough to be to share the change room with some great lads here, and even last year as well, you know, and this year I think we have a really good group. So now I think it's benefited me. I've been able to do extras that I wanted to do, and probably put me into this position now that I'm able to play every minute of every game so far. Is it an ambition to try and do that for the whole season, emulate your good mate Joe Redmond's record from last year? Yeah, it's easier to sit in the middle of a back three with a cigar in your mouth, you know what I mean? But no, listen, if I have to do it, I will, you know what I mean? But it's up to the gaffer as well. So obviously I have to keep playing well to stay in the team. In terms of the game this week against Shelbourne, what's your thoughts on it? And I suppose the aim is to try and get the momentum going before the break. We'd won 6 and 8 before 6 and 7 before that defeat to Drogheda before the break, so it's time to try and get going again. Yeah, of course, we didn't play well against Drogheda. We know why we didn't play well. But Shell's always a tough game. It's always a tight game between us. They're very, very well drilled. Damien has them well set up. They're hard to break down. So it's always a tight game, but we know what we have to do to try and get the 3 points. Yeah, we had a cracker in the derby against them at Richmond earlier in the season. A 1-0 win, Owen Doyle got the winner on that one, and a 1-0 win at Talk as well. Sam Curtis from a set piece. They've both been quite tight. Do you expect more of the same? Yeah, every time you play Shells, they're always tight games. They're always in and around in games. You know, I don't think they've been beaten by a high score this year at all. So no, you really have to be on your game, and you have to have a bit of quality up at the top end of the pitch to break them down. I know the focus is on the league games, Anto, but the European draw came out this week as well. We'll face F91 Ďuriľaň, who you have experience against. You would have played against them twice for Bows a couple of seasons ago. So when the draw came out, it's a team that you were a little bit familiar with? Yeah, of course, yeah. It was good times with Bows. We went on a good European run there. We obviously played in the 𝘼𝙉𝙏𝙀𝙀, which was special. So yeah, now we get on the ground. It's a nice ground over there, to be fair. Good atmosphere. The I'm sure that plenty of Pats fans will enjoy themselves over there. It's a nice ground, so no, listen, it's a long way away at the minute. We have plenty of league games and important games coming up, so we'll think about that in a few weeks.
Yeah, I know they've changed their manager since you would have played him, and a lot of the squad has changed too, but I'm sure given that you have faced him and you've been there, you know what the stadium is like, John and Sean and Alan and the staff might be able to use your expertise a little bit to try and help in the prep.
Yeah, of course, if I can help in any way, I will. The ground's tight, it's small, similar to maybe Drogheda kind of in a way, similar. Not a big stand, small ground, but as I said, I'm sure our fans will have a great time over there.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for the players too, given we've got a Friday, the FAI Cup to come and Europe as well. So from, again, your point of view as a player, I'm sure it's exciting that the break is done. We're in a good place in terms of the league position and all systems go now.
Yeah, this is the best time of year now, the break's over and it's business time, as they say, isn't this, where the trophies are handed out and hopefully we're up the top end of the table, and the cup run as well is something that I really, really want to go after this year. I was obviously unfortunate to lose the Pats in the cup final the year before, or 2 years ago, but no, it's a great day out, and obviously Europe, we'd like to have a good rattle at that this year, and I can't see why we can't go all the way.
And just lastly, on the supporters, you mentioned how much they'll enjoy the European games. They've enjoyed the league games massively as well. Our attendance has been brilliant. We'll have another big crowd. The main stand's already sold out for Friday against Shels. The game will be totally sold out again as well. The buzz is continuing, and it's great, and the relationship you guys have had with them has been fantastic.
Yeah, no, listen, no matter, even when we go on through that bad spell, losing 3 in the bounce, they were always there for us, you know what I mean, and they've drug us through tough times this year already, so listen, we'd just like to repay them on the pitch and just throw and go for performances and hopefully give them a few nice trips away in Europe.
Cheers, Anto, best of luck.
Cheers, Jay, thank you.